So who am I speaking with?
My name's Chris Knowlton. I'm a senior product manager with Microsoft, and I do product planning for our media platform.
And you were just on a session about mobile video in the enterprise, and I know a lot of people would love it if they could use their mobile device, whether they're a Microsoft device or not, and not provisioned by the enterprise. So a company comes to you and says, how do we get everybody on? And you say what?
Well, what we typically do is we have a platform around something called IIS Smooth Streaming, which is our adaptive streaming technology. And using IIS, which is our media server product, we allow you to deliver adaptive streaming content to both Windows phones, any Silverlight device, so a PC or a Mac, and now with our latest release also to the iPhone and the iPad. So you can have the great high quality experience that maybe you're used to on a PC or a Mac, but now on your mobile device as well. We'll increasingly see, I think, as people go forward, that we will provide additional technologies that allow you to address most any device, whether it be just straight download to an H.264 of an H.264 video, which you can do today with IIS, or whether eventually it be adaptive streaming to an Android device.
What are the complexities, though, specifically in an enterprise that people just don't understand? I mean, most people just don't understand how, the magic appears onto their phone, but there are other levels that, you have to worry about in an enterprise that you don't have to worry about when you're just distributing content to consumers.
Yeah, a lot of things that people don't think about are what, if they're in the enterprise, how do we get the content to them in a way that is protected, in a way that if it is content that has high business impact, it's very sensitive to the nature of what I do. I make sure that somebody doesn't just watch it on their iPad or on their mobile device and cache it and take it and then post it up on YouTube somehow. So we want to make sure that there's protection around that only the right people have access to the content, that it's protected in a way that they can consume it but still play it back in a protected manner so that it's not lost out to the public at that point. There are also the questions around bandwidth, and do you have sufficient bandwidth to support all of the new mobile devices that might be coming in and trying to get access to that content.
Are there certain devices that are bigger hogs than other devices?
Well, sure. Any device that has larger real estate from a screen size standpoint is typically going to play back higher bandwidth content, whether that be just a mobile PC or whether it be an iPad or whether it be increasingly slates and slate type devices. And so as you have each of those come out, you want to be able to preferably you want to be able to give them the highest quality possible so that they're not just seeing some postage stamp type video on their screen, but they actually get the full richness that their screen resolution will provide. And that becomes a little bit challenging in terms of bandwidth provisioning, let's say, or being able to move the content out to the edge where you're not really having a big impact on core network pieces, so that the worst thing you want to do is have 100 people watching video and you take down some network segment that's supposed to be doing a so-called real business. So we definitely want to make sure that you have the best experience possible, but that we're taking the content and pushing it out to the edge in a way that makes sense and has the least impact on your network.
The very last comment you were making about the real business, I've actually interviewed a bunch of people about that. Video is rarely a critical component for the business, yet it's the most demanding on the network. So how do you essentially deliver good video while not disturbing the business?
Yeah, there are a number of ways to do that, and we heard that today on the panel. Some folks are using peer-to-peer. One of the ways that we've been doing for a number of years is the idea of caching and proxying and being able to pre-position the content or have it provision sort of on demand. After the first use, it gets cached out in an edge cache, preferably a Windows server running IIS or Windows Media Services, and then the content's there for the next user, so that basically you only have one hit back at your origin server and across your core network link, but then after that, the content is out at the edge where the end user is going to get it and have the least impact.